What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy ABK, and thank you for checking out another one of my weekly Forex and cryptocurrency analysis. I do appreciate everybody. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. And before I get started, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, show some love. Show some love to the next week. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We also want y'all to show some love as well. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's go ahead and get this thing started. So Monday, we are 9:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have Australian dollar with the RBA Governor Low speaking. Governor Low speaking. So I'm not usually when there's stuff like this, I don't really care too much, but just know that there's a possibility of there being volatility in the Australian dollar. Tuesday, you have US dollar, we have CPI, core CPI. And so that's something that you definitely want to watch for. Tuesday, 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesday, 1 a.m. we have GDP news with CPI. 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, we have CPI with the Canadian dollar. 5:45 p.m. we have NZD news. At 8:30 p.m. we have unemployment rate and unemployment change for Australian dollar. And for Thursday, 7:30 a.m. US dollar for retail news. So retail sales, and we'll be seeing what happens with that. So there is a good amount of news going on, but nothing too crazy, right? It's just the second week after NFP, and well, not second week, but like third week after NFP and them. So let's go on over to the DXY, and let's go ahead and check out this weekly time frame. Let me first and foremost full screen this. All right. So DXY weekly time frame, I had talked about it last week, and it indeed did bounce off of this trend line that was pushing to the upside. So that's something that it's interesting to see. And also we can see that the weekly candle, if you zoom in a little bit, you can kind of see that it's not necessarily tweezer bottoms, but it's something like this that happened right here, right? Where there was a bearish week, and then the next week it bounced back and all that stuff, right? So right now, and especially where the DXY bounced off of this buy box, which from the 78.6, 61.8, it's already been going bullish. So it's like at this point is definitely kind of, to me, looking like as if price is going to come up to at least 93.277. All right, so let's go over to the daily time frame. Let me get rid of that watch list real quick. Daily time frame, I love the way how the daily closed, leaving like, so again, same thing as it kind of looks like it's tweezer bottoms, but it's not necessarily tweezer bottoms because this came lower. But I love seeing that hammer right there. The hammer is showing me that there might be weakness in the bears, and price can continue going bullish, right? I've been in a Euro USD sell for like the past 2 weeks now, and I'm tired of being in red. I would love to go green, and just it's by choice, it's just because I'm like, all right, place to trade, leave it alone. It's just by choice. So, but yeah, as like I said, I'm definitely seeing potential push to the upside. Now, there is something that I do, of course, how I do. I like seeing the opposite, just to know that, okay, the chances of it not going the way I want it to go exists, right? So the first thing that I can see from this high, from where price made the bearish push, we can see that price is already rejected off of the 71%, right? With that long wick. Don't necessarily like how that looks, but again, I like the way how price action closed on Friday for the US dollar. So that's something I'm going to be watching for, and that's exactly the reason why I even have this zone right here. Because even if it's not from this fib, and this is something that I would rather look for, is seeing if it's going to come up to these highs, right? Because although yes, there is this zone that I was saying that we have to watch out for, price can still come up all the way to 93.312, and then something could eventually, like some type of bearish reaction can happen there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm still watching for price to go bullish, because like I said, I like that daily candle. Like, this is like my third time saying that. And I'm going to go ahead and just mark this off as a high demand zone, because this is definitely, supply zone, because that's definitely what I'm looking at that to be, right? So I'm not gonna like this beat. All right. So that's on the daily time frame, looking for that at that supply zone right there. But price is moving nicely from this buy box right here. Going on to the 4-hour time frame. I love the bullish price action on this 4-hour. It looks beautiful, right? And you know what could be possibly happening from the candle that actually started off the bullish move from the low to the high. Price could have bounced off of the 71% and is going to start taking off. You know, like that's something that I wasn't really watching for because I really was not on the charts last week like that at all. Like, but or at least I feel like I wasn't. But I really do think that price can start going bullish over from the low of 92.111 to the highs of 92.864. I think since it's rejected off of that 71% nicely, we could definitely see price come up to the likes of this supply zone, and you see how the supply zone like really lines up with the extensions. So that's something that I'm definitely going to be watching out for. But like I said, I'm selling Euro USD. I had talked about a UCHF buy, and you know I'm still in those, and I'm going to see what it do with this. But like I said, the price action on the 4-hour, the daily time frame is looking fire to me. Like I couldn't ask for anything better. And if price decides to drop, well, I'm gonna be like, well, damn. And I know that this also does exist, like possibly for price to come back down to 92.213. And hey, that's cool and everything is possible, but that's not what I'm really like watching for, because from here where price at, because if I go into the 1-hour time frame, let me go ahead and cook this up real quick. So where is it at? So from this low, where price had made this low, and then it broke this past structure because it did close up above it for a couple hours before dropping back down. If you see this retracement, I remember I had talked about this. I'm like, dang, that is a crazy wick if that was a real wick. And I was saying that it was because it was at what time? 1 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. What the hecky? Oh, I'm tripping. I need this over here. Yeah, this was at like 1 o'clock, so it was an actual move according to the chart. I wasn't trading at that time, so I couldn't tell you, but it already came down and hit that 71%, barely missed 78.6, and then it acted like it wanted to come back down, but then made a higher high after that, you know. So that's why I'm saying that I'm measuring from where the bullish move took off from here, because this fib had already been accomplished, you know, but I do still like the possibility exists as per usual. So yeah, I like how this is it looks like it's going. It looks like it's gonna keep taking off. The possibility of it coming to the 23.6 fib and rejecting and pushing to the downside does exist, but I don't think that's what's gonna play out. I want this to continue going to the upside, and you know, at least up to this supply zone, and then we'll see what price does when it gets to this supply zone, right? Let's go on over to arbitrage real quick. Arbitrage weekly time frame, price didn't necessarily get down to this RSI line. It did reject off of the mean line, however, on the weekly time frame, so that's something that definitely you want to watch out for. Daily time frame. Daily time frame here, we have a sell call on arbitrage. So this is something that I'm really watching out for, because I don't like how 3 days in a row it was rejecting off of this RSI line. Although when you look at the Level Pro and the Arbitrage Z, they're both pointing to the upside. So, you know, as much as it is my strategy to trade the break and retest, I think this is going to keep going bullish. There are signs, all the signs are showing that this is going to keep going bullish. So 4-hour time frame, I'm more than certain it's called for a buy. Yep, break, retested. Dang, it really retested off of his RSI line. Continue to the upside. 1 hour's bullish. So yeah, I'm bullish. I'm gonna have the remainder of my bullish intent on on DXY. Okay, so Euro USD. So I've been in this trade since September 1st, basically, or was it over here? I think it was over here because I was in profit and then price started going up in losses, I think. So I'll say like around like September 1st, September 31st. I've been in this trade for that long and I've just been like, whatever happens, happens, man. But I put the trade in, I risked, I think 2% or something like that. And now price is currently in profit and it's came back to these equal. Let me get rid of this real quick. I think I was like risking 85 pips. Yeah, 85 pips is what I was risking. Price came down to these equal lows right here. Of course, the spread because the market's closed. I had initially wanted price to come back up to these highs before dropping, but you know, price didn't end up doing that, like I had mentioned on Tuesday, and it's fine because I'm not really tripping over it. At this point, I just think that price is just gonna end up breaking these lows, might end up opening with a gap to the downside. But this from this sell right here, like I had mentioned on the weekly time frame, I think, was it? Yes. Well, no, it was not actually. So I'm actually going to hide this real quick. All right, so weekly time frame rejected off of this zone with the equal highs. Right here, I'm surprised they didn't actually get ran through, to be quite honest. And then we have a Mariposa candle. It's not an engulfing candle, but it's definitely a candle that I'm not crazy over trying to say that, oh, I'm gonna get into a buy on Euro USD right now, right? So that's just what I'm looking at for on the weekly time frame. On the daily, let me get my fib back up here. I am feeling this vibe hardcore. I'm not gonna lie to you. This song is hitting all the spots. Daily time frame from the high of 1.19762 to the low of 1.16672. That rejection where price really rejected nicely off of the daily time frame right here with this wick hitting that 78.6. Like I mean, that's a sniper. Your stop loss would be at break even for sure, Peyton, if you would have taken that trade. And so yeah, like price is just dropping lower, and I just expect price to break below these lows and then continue falling, right? Now I definitely do see this possibility, right? It's just like with how I was talking about DXY from where price had started the bullish move, the retracement. It's kind of where price has already hit the 61.8, kind of, right? But I'm not really crazy over that move regardless. I like where price rejected off of, and the price action that is shown, the daily time frame candlestick looks like definitely wants to keep selling. And again, I'm in this sell, so I'm gonna just keep on selling. Like okay, so let's just do some market structure from this low, right? So low, high, higher low, higher high, higher lows, right here, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is the highest that it's gone through, unless you want to say that, oh, higher high, higher low with this down here, this little wick. Higher high, and then price started breaking through these structures on the lower time frame. So I would say that it's going to the 5-minute time frame. Why not? I got time. I'm gonna bore y'all today. No, I'm joking. So this is the higher high, and I would say that this would be the lower. Yeah, I would say that this is the higher low, higher high. Low, higher high. Wait, what am I even doing? I'm not even supposed to. I'm playing games. All right. Once price started breaking through at this low right here, where I'm gonna draw this out, that's where you would start to be like, okay, is structure gonna start changing, like on the 5-minute time frame type of thing? It's not my style, but that's where you start thinking about that. You get the retracement. Now, fortunately, that's exactly where you would have drawn the fib at, and then push to the downside. And yeah, like I'm really looking to see, because this is where the higher high is. I'm looking to see if he's going to make a higher low very shortly. Only thing that I would say that I would watch for at this point is if it's going to hold at these lows right here, then we still have to come back up to 1.18600, right? So that's all I would really say about Euro USD is to watch it for that. But other than that, like I'm in the sell, and I'm going to keep selling it. Arbitrage, same thing for Euro USD weekly time frame. Didn't necessarily get that retest of the RSI line, but I do like how it's holding at this compass. I would want it to keep falling. Daily time frame, it called for a buy. I like the candlestick patterns and how it's rejecting off of that mean line, just like how it rejected off of the mean line on the weekly time frame. And I mean, right now, if we go look closely at it, price is currently closing under the mean line. So I want this to keep falling for sure. 4-hour time frame called for the sell, retested, continuation to the downside. That played out nicely. So yeah, Euro USD, keep it going. Keep it dropping. I don't know why this is blue. All right, 80 USD. Let's speed it up now. All right, 80 USD. Didn't get my opportunity for price to retrace back up to these highs. It is what it is. But I had mentioned that I wanted to see price drop. And if it was going to drop, I wanted to see it was going to go from those, because again, it broke through this structure where this was the higher low. Oh, I did not bring my water in here. I'm going to have to go get that. And then drop down. I already have my alert here. Let me delete this alert. This is what I have initially for 80 USD, because again, I do kind of see this might be going for a bullish run, especially after rejecting off of this higher time frame zone, which we would look at. But I just wanted to show you guys what I'm looking at for. I'm looking at for 80 USD right now. So yeah, I want to see if it's going to come back down to 0.72157. Then if it does, I'll be like, all right, well, hey, let's see what the rejections look like, and if it has nice rejections, let's go. But other than that, I don't see anything else on 80 USD. It could be flagging out, but let's see how that goes. So let me go ahead and get rid of that so that we can see this better. So yeah, like I was mentioning, this is the higher time frame fib where price really rejected nicely, really nice, off of that 71% fib at 0.71300, and then push to the upside. If it is going to go bullish, because 2 weeks and then we have a bearish candle that doesn't necessarily show that it's going to keep going bearish, we can get the retracement. I kind of at least would want to see price come back up. Like I said, 0.7700, that's at least where I would want to kind of see if AUD USD flows to. And then if it does for a longer term sell, maybe. But I mean, this is my thing right here, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. Or you could do higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low got broken right here. Still need a retracement, nonetheless. Like, I really do feel like if there's anything for AUD USD, there's kind of still a retracement that might be due that I would want to look for. However, if price, what am I doing? If price does something like this, where, I mean, it actually does end up coming down lower, that'd be interesting. Although it's not a head and shoulders right now, unless you want to like curve it a little bit, I guess. But 80's where I would definitely want this to keep falling. Daily time frame, like candlesticks, is the same thing as with EU. It looks like it's going to keep falling. It looks like this is a shooting star. So yeah, that push to the downside, that's the vibe right now. All right, so 4-hour time frame. Ooh, man. RP was hitting last week, wasn't it? Got the sell, break, retest, continuation. These 4 hours are playing. All right, so daily time frame. I was saying that this could be a possibility, but the way how that candlestick is looking, although yes, it is yellow, so that could show some possible bull moves. However, just like with Euro USD, I'm going to look at these two for final confirmations. And as of right now, there is no confirmation on the level pro for this to go bearish, but for the arbitrage Z, it is under the ground zero. So yes, that does look like it's a possibility for price to continue pushing to the downside. So I wouldn't try to get into this buy unless you're like, you know what, let's try it out. Like if the price pushes a little lower, absolutely. But just like I said, that candlestick right there, I wouldn't do it. I would not do it, man. Get that push to the upside on 80 USD on the weekly time frame and then push fall. Price is under the mean line, so I mean it feels like that this is going to keep going to the downside in my opinion. So let's see what happens, but I'm definitely here for the sells. It's crazy because even the level pro here hasn't called for the, hasn't like came under the ground zero, but the level pro is. So see what happens there. I feel like this might just be flagging out on the 1 hour time frame. Let me see actually what this is talking about. Yeah, this could be a potential bear flag right here. And I expect this to literally just like keep pushing to the downside. No cap. If I would have seen that early, yeah, I would have seen it. If I would have seen that right there, I would have been like, ooh, catch that bear flag to the downside. But it's all good. I'm already in a good amount of trades. So UCHF, let's go on over to UCHF. All right, so UCHF I had mentioned last week on the weekly analysis. I'm like, yo, right now UCHF is it's consolidating, right? Wait for the breakout. Once you get that breakout, the retracement, whatever retracement it does, get in on that retracement, take it to the upside. That's exactly what I'm playing right now. Like, this is what it looked like last week. I was like, either there or there. This one didn't play out. The upside move that ended up, ooh, not that. That didn't play out. It was the upside move that ended up playing out. And it's even like it hasn't gone anywhere yet, you know. The highest that it has moved, I'm risking 34 pips on it, right? The highest that it has gone is 22 pips, right? So I still need to wait like 12 more pips in order for me to move my stop loss to break even. Like for me at least, you know. That's just, so I'm still in this trade. Hasn't really moved that much. But I do like the bullish move on this personally. Gonna hide that. Go on to the weekly time frame. Also gonna hide this. So, this weekly is not appealing to me. This weekly time frame candlestick is not showing me any kind of love for this potential buy. It looks like it might reject and it might go bullish, but again, I'm just playing off of the retracement that it did, right? Daily time frame, it doesn't look like this might continue going bearish. However, this is kind of looking evening starish, where you have the bearish candle that's not a doji, but the way how that daily closed, and then a bearish engulfing candle right after. It's not that good looking for a potential buy. Not that great looking. So with that being said, be very careful when it comes to UCHF. Same thing right here. Bearish engulfing candle right here. It engulfed this candle with that big wick to the upside. But you know, like I said, I still like the possibility of the play that I'm in right now. I do like this possibility for sure. We'll see what happens. Right now, I think if the market opened, it would be at the 61.8 fib. Let's see it go to the upside, and maybe even, hey, maybe even comes down a little. Ooh, never mind. I actually kind of like how that rejected right there. Yeah, let's see what happens with UCHF, but I'm definitely bullish on it right now. So let's see. All right. So let's go on now over to arbitrage real quick and see what the weekly looks like on RB. Okay, RB still. Ooh, what did I just do? Get out of here. I hate when I do that. All right, so RB still calling for still bullish, and price is still over the RSI line on the weekly. I don't like the weekly whip that's pointing up to the upside. However, I do like that price is closing above the mean line. This is the first time that it closed above the mean line amongst all these other candlesticks. So I am still gonna hold my buy. Daily time frame rejected off of this upper danger zone, so that's not something I really care to see it's something I really care to see, but I do like how price is still above the RSI line, so this is still bullish for now. 4-hour time frame on UCHF, it's still bullish. It did come under the RSI line for a little bit, but then it came back up. So I'm just gonna stay in my buy. And ooh, the 1-hour time frame is calling for a buy, and it looks like it's rejecting, or it's gonna come and retest this like what's it called? This RSI line and the lower danger zone. I actually might be really. I like that idea for a buy. I like the idea for another position right where it's at, especially since it's still right here at the 61.8. I like the buy, so that's what I got for you, Chef. I'm in it already, but I like the buy, like I said. All right, let's take a look at these indices because I have no idea. Oh my lordy, it's like that, man. Well, would you look at that? But I mean, that's why I was saying that if anything, just at that point, like up at these highs, it's like I wouldn't try to buy it. I would rather sell it. But yeah, got the downside push on the S&P. Maybe I'll be able to find an opportunity on this now, because what do I usually say after a sell? Look for a buy on these things. I don't have my 50 EMA up. I just noticed that. That's interesting. Hold on, let me get that real quick. All right, what am I doing? That's not what I. There we go. Although. There we go. Okay, so SPX currently under the 4-hour 50 EMA, so that's something that is actually pretty new to see, but is nowhere near close to that daily 50 EMA. Still has a lot more to drop. So, I mean, at this point, what I'm probably gonna end up doing, I'm gonna wait and see what price does at the 50 EMA down there, and if it rejects it, I'm gonna try to take the buy, and it's right where my buy zone's at too. So I mean, price has already been doing it for the past couple of months. What would be another one? I mean, no different than from what these are, and then price just bounces back. So let's see what happens. That's probably exactly how I'm going to play this, to be quite honest with you. Or it could already be trying to come close down to over here, like, you know, from where price started the bullish move. So I'm actually gonna really wait for this zone right here before I try to play it. So let's see what happens on S&P. Going over to the 1-hour time frame, these sells, man. I would not have played off of that 1 hour. All right, 4 hour time frame, however, this played out beautifully. Called for the sell, dropped down, retested. I don't know if I would have gone into that because it already hit here, but just that see ya. Yeah, there were opportunities to sell this, huh? But again, I don't really trade these indices like that. But I think I might start getting into it. So daily time frame, this is something I'm watching for sure now, because it's now at this RSI line. Daily time frame, last time it called for a sell, it was a fake out, and then price ended up pushing to the downside. Just like this time right here, this fell, but I don't know. So definitely, all I have to say though, in my personal opinion, is that these stocks are way too overvalued. Like the S&P, the US 30, I feel like they're way too overvalued right now. But anyways, all right, US 30. I'm gonna go ahead and actually move this down because I was saying that this could be the possible zone for it to reject off of, but it's definitely not because it just looks like it's gonna keep falling. This daily time frame, man, it's scary how far away it is from a weekly time frame. It's scary how far away it is from this 50 EMA. It's really scary to me. Daily time frame, price is actually came under and is holding. It looks like it's holding under. Oh, are we gonna finally get the correction that we've actually been needing very hard on US 30? We might, but however, can't act like this isn't here. Can't act like this little zone isn't here that could definitely be utilized. Right, so what we could also expect is from this low to this high, price could just like do something like a liquidity grab, come to these lows, 71% fib right there at 34,000, and then push up. So we'll see what happens. But and again, like even right here, we see where prices came under the 50 EMA, you know, like, and then dropped. Like I'm not so sure if I would have gone in right here, to be quite honest with you. Not so certain. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing on US 30. I want to see what it's going to do at that 34,000 pricing. Daily time frame called for a sell. I would not play this because retracement, first of all, but it just doesn't look that great to me. 4 hour sell. 1 hour is going to do definitely a sell, and the weekly time frame is just, I mean, it's nowhere near the RSI line quite yet. So we'll see what happens for sure. But again, I'm looking for the buys right here. Not going to be so crazy about trying to trade them, but you know, I'll be keeping my eyes on it. USD Mexican peso, it didn't move like at all last week, so I'm just like, yeah, I still want to sell this. Still want to see it push to the downside. I'm not even gonna go over it because, again, I mean, it didn't do any. It literally didn't do anything last week, and it's even calling for sells at this point. So, yeah. I'm gonna go over to SPX. Oh wait, what am I doing? I already did that. Gold. All right, Mr. Goldilocks. So unfortunately for me, go to lower time frames real quick. Unfortunately for me, I didn't get my retracement back up to 1818 or anything like that for gold, and it looks like it honestly looks like just like with Euro USD is gonna keep falling. So I'm just gonna get these out of here. It ended up rejecting off of that 4 hour 50 EMA. And yeah, I mean, I didn't get my 71% fib up here. Price ended up rejecting at the 61.8. It is what it is right now. I mean, gold looks like it might be doing. No, it doesn't look like a head and shoulders to me at all. It just looks like a bear flag, and price is just gonna flag out to the downside. So we'll see what happens, but I think price is gonna end up breaking out to the downside on it, quite honestly. So with that being said, this 1763, I want to see what price is going to do when it gets there, because if price does indeed, let me go to the daily time frame because these candlesticks are too small. Because from this huge wick where price had made this devilish move, from this low to this high, there's still all this pricing 1722, 1710. I feel like, again, personally, that wick is going to end up getting filled up. I've been saying that, and I still kind of feel the same way up to this day. Still feel like it might get filled up. But the amount of volume that came with this candle was a lot. It was a lot of volume for the time, at least. But yeah, I think that price is just gonna end up flagging to the downside. We'll see what ends up happening. But overall, I think that 1763 is definitely gonna get met, plus lower moves. Like, again, 1743, gonna watch for that. But I don't really have anything much more to say about gold on technical analysis other than it looks like it's gonna keep falling. Weekly time frame rejected off of the mean line. Daily time frame rejecting off of the mean line and the RSI line. Oh dang, that daily time frame, it looks just like with the other USD pairs. It looks like it's just gonna keep falling. 4-hour time frame fall for the sell right here, yeah, but still looks like it's gonna fall. And the 1-hour time frame, yeah, I wouldn't try to buy gold. I mean, if you want to, you could right there. That's like the only place I would buy, but then you have to put your stop loss at 1778, and that can get eaten up so fast. So that's what it looks like to me on gold. All right. Bitty Bitcoin, what's going on? I don't like the way you played me last week. It really did play me though in the beginning of the week. All right, so this supply zone, I don't know what I was thinking trying to buy when price came up to the supply zone that I've been talking about for months. I don't care if it was intraday move. I lost 1% total. I think 1.5%, not 200. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know what I was thinking because I've been talking about the supply zone and how deadly it is, and the way how this weekly candle is looking, I don't like the way how it looks. Jumping off of this 61.8 fib like at the supply zone, you know, I've been talking about it, and I'm just like, yo, I'm not liking it right now. Still would want to see 54,000 get hit nonetheless, but however, not feeling how Bitcoin's looking right now. This weekly time frame, we have 1 day, 4 hours left, so we'll see what it's gonna close on Sunday, tomorrow, but it's not for me, man. Daily time frame, yeah, bullish, bearish engulfing candle, wicked on this 50 EMA, these other wicks, but then it looks like price wants to like try to climb under the 50 EMA. We have not had Bitcoin under the 50 EMA since July 25th. July 25th was the last day that Bitcoin was under the daily 50 EMA. So if we have 4 more hours basically until this closes, and it's not looking good to how this might end up looking on the daily time frame. I'm pretty sure the 4 hours already broken through. Yeah, it definitely has. And you know, price can definitely come back up and give this a little smooch and then drop down, because it is consolidating at this point, right? At this point, it is just consolidating in this box. So we will see what happens with Bitcoin. But like I said, I'm not really liking how it just rejected off of that supply zone like that. And you know, it's funny because Peyton and I, in those in the Next Wave group, we were talking about like, yo, is it because of like, it's so funny that I'm gonna say this. Steph Curry had talked about, like, I think he talked about he was getting into the cryptocurrency game, and stuff like that. And you know, it's no offense, mom, but my mom, she had like talked to me, I think the week prior about Bitcoin, and I was like, yo, Peyton, my mom just told me about crypto again. I'm like, he's like, yeah, it might be time to sell. And you know, seeing this, it just makes me laugh when I say that. But you know, still want to see what Bitcoin's gonna do. I just that bearish move and the volume that it came with, the volume that this thing came with, like for current price action, it's higher than all this other crypto, right? I mean, with all this other volume. So we'll see what really goes down with Bitcoin, but you got to be careful. Weekly time frame is still calling for that still, and it's still this magenta color, right? It's currently rejecting off of the RSI line. So hey, maybe by the end of this candle close, that's gonna be over the RSI line. I could be like, okay, maybe this might go for a buy, but it's still a magenta color. It doesn't be showing magenta colors like that for no reason. So I'm like low-key sketched out about it, no cap. Daily time frame is about to call for a sell. It looks like it's already broken, retested. I don't like seeing this, man. It looks like it's literally about to fall. Like, and I hate being negative Nancy, but these cryptos, they look like they're about to drop. It's already done the breakout, the retest. It's given the sell call. So I mean, 35,000. I wouldn't be surprised if we get that in the next couple of days, to be quite honest. And Peyton is gonna hate hearing that. Oh my goodness, it looks like these are about to go. 1 hour time frame, I'm not even gonna try to buy this. Like, I can't. So if you got some crypto and you want to try to take some profits, you might want to do that. Ripple, yeet. All I'm gonna say is yeet. Came to this 50 EMA. I was like, oh heck yeah, Ripple's doing the digital. Came up to $1.25, yeet. Came back to $1 and how many cents? $1.03. I was like, but anyways, yeah guys, and it's the same thing, the same supply zone that I've been talking about. I don't know what I was thinking trying to buy any of these when it was at these supply zones. Came up, I wanted $1.50. It didn't reach that. It hit $1.41. I swear, if it drops from here, I'm not gonna be happy, because I knew that that's a potential place where I should take profits at. And I was waiting for that pricing. Sometimes you don't want to wait for the price. Sometimes you just want to wait for the zone, because now all I'm having is like, oh, if price drops any lower, then I'm going to regret it. Right? And I don't want to feel that way. I do like the daily time frame. It is currently still holding above the 50 EMA, so that's a good sign. However, the retracement and then continuation to the downside, that's all I could kind of see right now. Price has just been holding at this zone where above on the 50 EMA. So just gonna have to be patient and wait and see what's up. But I mean, let me see something. So from this high to this low. Oh, bro, it's already hit the 61.8. What am I supposed to do? At this point, I just gotta wait and see what this is gonna do. But what am I really supposed to do? Like, dang, it really said kiss. Mwah. Let me go on over to arbitrage and see what this is looking like. The 1 hour time frame, this looks better than on Bitcoin, but I'm not trading off of no consolidating zone, off of arbitrage. 4 hour time frame called for this sell, rejected. If I was watching this, I would have so caught this sell, I swear. I'm just playing. And the daily time frame, yeah, this thing looks like it's about to sell. I might actually margin trade this, to be quite honest. Not on Hugo's way. Absolutely not on Hugo's way. But I might try to above that wick. Hey, I gave the play. If you want to shoot your shot, go ahead. I'll go back to that later. No, I mean like probably like at the end of the week I'll check it out. But yeah, Ripple ain't looking good either. Ethereum, man. Ethereum went to work, no cap. Did numbers came back up to 4,000, but it held right there and it said yeet to the downside. Like this is it is not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to see this, you know. And again, I just feel like at this point, these cryptos just want to fall. I don't like that price really did go surpass the what's you call it like that, the supply zone, and then it's dropping. I mean, it's dropping. If anybody would have traded this, like let's say, oh, they got them to sell at 3,600 or 3,800, they're in profit right now. So yeah, let's see what happens with Ethereum for sure. But I like how it's holding up the 50 EMA, but again, it's just holding at this zone. And if this thing breaks, then it's just going to keep falling. And if it just keeps falling, then I really think I really think the bull run is over. If it keeps falling from here, like if it pushes up to the upside, let's say it comes to 3,700, then makes a lower low, I think the bullish run is over. Y'all heard it here first. I'm not saying that it's over right now, but if it makes a lower low, yeah, it is. No weekly time frame sells yet. Daily time frame looks like it's about to call for a sell. RB's looking bearish. RB's looking bearish on the cryptos, man. The last time it called for a sell, it was a little wonky, but it still delivered. Okay, he's not gonna like hearing that. All right, let's go on over to these GBP pairs. All right, GU, I had talked about I got back into this after moved my stop loss to break even, because although it didn't hit 146 pips, it moved quite a bit, but I took in partial profits, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna open this back up and I'm gonna take the trade again, because it still looks like it looks good, you know. Daily time frame especially, like just like with Euro USD, just like with gold, just like with AUD USD, they look like they're about to keep falling, right? So GU, I'm still in this trade and I'm still expecting it to continue falling to the downside. When we go into the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame is not appealing to see. Doesn't look good on paper for it to continue falling, but like I said, I want to see what this is gonna look like, because look at the daily time frame, it's giving me hope. The daily time frame is definitely giving me some kind of hope that this is gonna keep falling to the downside, right? Let me go over to the BXY real quick. Yeah, BXY, same thing. BXY, I had talked about that I had drawn this fib out. Let me actually go over to Fibonacci candles. And I talked about how I wanted to see it reject off of this. I wanted to see it reject off of this fib zone right here. And it has done that indeed. Closing price was one. Let me get back to the regular candlestick. So closing price on the BXY was 138.32. And I expect this to keep falling to the downside. So just like with there, I expect the other GD pairs, except for GA, to keep falling, right? So I'm in this buy on GJ, or on GU. I'm gonna go over to GA. This bullish move was bonkers. I'm so mad I didn't get in this. But yeah, the buy move that I talked about from this buy, it's playing out perfectly on GA, man, and it looks like it's gonna keep going. Like I'm low-key hot that I didn't get in, and I had chances. I'm gonna show you guys every chance that I had. Well, not every, but I had chances to get up in this. All right, so chance number one, from this low to this high, right here at this fib. Where was that? 71%. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, came close. Never mind, not here. I think it was like I think I had said that, yo, this wick right here, when the price was like came down, I was like, if price comes down any lower, I might try to get in, which came to the 78.6 and then pushed to the upside. Although this was like, if that was at 11:30, I would have been in bed. But yeah, those were the two chances that I had. And then other than that, price just took off from there. So yeah, as for GA, the way how it's climbing up, I think that it might just keep going, to be quite honest with you. And then we'll see what happens when it gets to 1.89725. I'm just gonna make this a supply zone, because quite honestly, this looks like it's just gonna keep pushing to the upside. Supply. So we'll see what's good with that on GA. GA though, this is something that definitely on the daily time frame, if you're trading it, I might actually try to sell this just for a retracement sell, and do something like this maybe. Or you know how or Peyton says will be like, oh, price can just drop down, breakout, retest, continuation. I might try to sell this off of a play like that. Not too sure yet. I do like how it is coming up to here. And just again, I think all the other GBPs are going to fall. Now, I know that GA is more influenced by the Australian dollar, obviously, rather than the GBPs. But you know, I might try it, because AUD USD can obviously potentially like just make a reversal where it's at right now and then like go bullish again. So see how that goes. GA, the 4-hour time frame, this called out for a buy nicely. I would have still gone into that right there, I swear. That was where my third entry was at on RV, yeah. And even with here, breakout, retest right there, I had opportunities, man. So that's for GA. Let's go over to GBP JPY. I actually like this playlist a lot. They play good music, or play good beats. All right, GJ, I had talked about that I was getting into in like certain channels. I said that I was going to try to get into these trades right here. Why is this not all the way down here? So this is the fib. And I was saying that, okay, I wanted to get into this sell, and I want to have the stop loss right above the 78.6. Came very close to stopping me out. I had actually had one position that I actually made the stop loss a little lower, and that actually stopped out. But it's still in I'm still basically at the entry, and I do want GJ to keep falling for both of these positions. This position I have above these equal highs, and of course above the fib. So yeah, GJ, I want to see it fall as well. And you know, it's funny because sometimes it is that patience that you'll get this move with. That's what Peyton be watching for. That push to the upside, breakout, retest, continuation to the downside. That's what might happen right here. So we'll see what's good with GJ on that 1 hour time frame. Right here, I'm not looking at the 1 hour. 4 hour time frame, price a call for a sell. Then yeah, I would have taken an L right here. I would have taken an L for sure. But the way how this is looking, it looks like it might keep falling. So let's see what happens with GJ. Like, it might have faked out people. Oh yeah, that daily time frame for sure looks like a fake out to the upside. I definitely want to see GJ keep falling. Yeah, we'll see what happens with GJ. And last but not least, Euro GBP. So Euro GBP did end up rejecting off of this zone that I had drawn up here, and which still happened to be the 71% from this high to this low. Not necessarily what I want to see when I'm trying to when I'm trying to sell the GBP pairs. And it looks like it might flag out and drop even lower, but at the same time, I think I have a fib here. Nope. All right, I guess I don't. So now I'm gonna just have to make one. But from the lows to the highs, price can still definitely push a little lower and then end up going bullish. But as of right now, it's just not looking the greatest, and I'm just gonna leave EG alone. If it does come down to these lows, then I might try it out. And also it could be from, like, you know, that's where the bullish move really started. It could be rejecting off of this 71% and go bullish, which if it does, that would make me feel good about my GJ and GU sells. So EG, I mean, I would love for it to go bullish where it's at right now, but I do know the possibility of price coming back down to these lows. It does exist as well. So we'll see what happens with EG. But as for arbitrage, weekly time frame is still very much bearish. That weekly time frame candlestick does not look that great. The daily time frame called for a buy. It's rejecting off of the RSI line. That's a good sign. That's actually a real good sign for a continuation to the upside to me. 4 hour time frame, it's went out of bounds and rejected off of the 3 deviation, but it's rejecting off of the 2 deviation to the downside, so that's not a good sign either. So yeah, EG, this is actually something I might look for when the market opens. Long, once the bar close. Yeah, I'm gonna actually look at that, because I actually do want, like I said, I want EG, if it's gonna like go bullish, I want it to go bullish now. So with that being said, that is it for me, y'all. Thank you for checking out my analysis. I do appreciate it. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the Next Wave channel, and check the description to join our Telegram channel, where you can get free updates on what we are looking at. So with that being said, thank you guys. I appreciate it, and let's make some money. Let's have a good week.